Hello all. So what I was going to talk about today was, are humans born insane? Is this whole human society insane? I'm going to take just an example and we'll go from there. Let's take an example of the Dakota Access Pipeline. Oil is expected to be flowing in the pipeline within the week to a month. It's that close to being ready for oil. Now let's see what happened with the protests. Months and months of good quality protests by the people. They never got violent with the cops. The cops got violent with them. Several people ended up with broken hips, broken this, broken that. Permanent damage. And their effort seems to have gone into vain because nothing was changed. I personally, all throughout the 90s, protested the Middle Eastern wars, Iraq, Afghanistan, and we still went to war, didn't we? How many people ended up in prison during the 90s and the early 2000s for protesting the war? But yet we still went to war. We can protest till the streets are completely full all over the world, and our leaders still do whatever the hell they want. So it's pretty clear now that trying to solve problems through protests is absolutely wrong. It doesn't work. So what does it mean? Whoops. Okay. Just got slaughtered by a cyclist. So what does it mean when humans keep trying something the same way over and over and don't succeed, but yet they keep trying the same situation, the same remedies, when in reality they just don't work? I do believe that's some kind of insanity, isn't it? As we're seeing with Trump, you can fill the streets with thousands, millions of people, and he just shrugs it off and thinks nothing of it, other than that it's paid for by some group or the other, from Obama or Hillary. That guy is absolutely nuts. But we're not talking about him. We're talking about human society. So another example would be, we know that on the planet Earth we can't keep driving fossil fuel vehicles and constantly polluting our air with fossil fuel emissions of one type or another. But humanity keeps doing it. We keep driving. In fact, here in the US we're getting bigger and bigger and bigger everything. Bigger cars, bigger homes, bigger boats, bigger hotel rooms, bigger planes. Everything's got to be bigger, because what's really important here in the US is what's bigger. So we know that this lifestyle cannot continue and has destroyed our planet in so many ways, and is giving us a direct feed into feedback loops that will end up killing humanity off eventually. But yet we still go bigger, more consumption. Isn't that insanity? You see, the president of the US could very easily change the entire economy of the world from a fossil fuel economy to a renewable energy economy, using less and making more with it, recycling as much as possible, reducing human footprints by removing roads and huge single occupancy housing and turning it into multiple use housing. So that you have many families living in a small area. That lowers your footprint. But humans aren't doing that. We're going just absolutely the opposite way. We're breeding like crazy. We're not slowing down our population. We come up with excuses of why it's okay to have as many humans as we can pump out. Isn't that insanity? This is a finite planet, meaning the glass is only so big. It's just because it's wrapped on the outside of the glass, we think we're bigger than we really are. The direction that humanity is going right now under the Orange Man is absolutely horrific. Lying, dishonesty, stealing from the poor and giving to the rich, taking away millions of people's health care where they can't afford to spend this outrageous amount of money on health care, which was blown up by the pharmacy industrial complex. They're the ones that started all this nonsense of raising the prices and raising the prices. The drug companies wouldn't know what to do if they didn't raise the price twice or three times what it was last year or the year before that. But we don't say a thing about this stuff. We don't even care. We don't protest the outrageous prices of medical care. As I've said many times before, it's all about insanity, isn't it? But yet we seem to flourish. Are animals insane? Absolutely not. If an animal becomes insane, they become a meal for something else. They can't defend off the predators and the bugs and the this and the that, so they become food for others. Humanity, I think it has polluted so much of its air and water, it's becoming completely insane, just on its own, just naturally. Now, will this insanity be the end of humanity? Will humans be able to get past this? Become more intelligent by educating themselves? Oh, that's right, the orange man doesn't like education. He would never let the poor become educated in a university or something with subsidies for learning. He would if the person had lots of money, wouldn't he? It is about money, isn't it? But coming back to insanity, what's your thoughts on that? Is humanity going to get through this, in your opinion? Not mine. I don't see any changes since the day that humans became humans to this day right now. I don't think there's been much change other than a little technical changes. Technology changes are quite amazing. But human behaviors hasn't changed a bit. Humans have a real problem coming up. Automation. Automation's going to do away with work pretty much altogether. It's going to upset a lot of entrenched conservatives who think that the only thing to life is working for somebody else, earning a miserably small paycheck, and then retiring with nothing to retire with because the wealthy got it all. We've been duped out of our retirement funds, out of our Social Security, out of our Medicaid, out of our Medicare, out of what little subsidies the government gets for 20 million people for health care. But yet humans aren't doing a damn thing about that. They're just not, I don't know, are they not paying attention to what's going on? Are they so sick of it they just turned it all off? Me, it looks like insanity. Is it worse than it used to be? I don't know. It seems to be worse since I've grown up. The critical thinking skills seem to have gone bye-bye. I certainly appreciate all the comments on the last videos. I've tried to comment on some, but the minute I do, it messes up the whole comments for me, and then I can't see what people comment to me about. So just know that I appreciate your comments, and I appreciate your thumbs up and your thumbs down and your new subscribers. And until next time. There goes a sight, there goes a sight.